Because today, what are you going to make for us, Rick?
Oh, I'm going to make a pizza.
Ooh, pizza.
Pizza.
But wait a minute. This is whole food, plant-based, SOS-free, no sugar, oil, or salt added.
That's correct. Pizza.
Pizza. Okay.
Yeah, my daughter Jessica, she showed us how to make a quinoa crust. I've adapted it and changed it a little bit, but it's quite tasty.
Hey, you know what?
What?
You know what would be really cool?
What would be really cool?
If our daughter Jessica could magically appear here.
Oh, Jessica.
And help us out.
Oh, really?
And let's see. Yay! Oh, that is so. What a great segue. Pizza. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Pizza. Okay. Well, I'm gonna let you guys get started, and Rick's trying to do a double camera. And I'm going to let you guys get started with the recipe. I'm really excited. And tell me in the comments if you have ever tried to make a plant-based pizza at home, or if you just miss pizza and you're so excited to see what they're going to be doing today in the kitchen.
We're going to make a tomato sauce too.
Okay. Good luck, guys.
It's easy.
Good luck. Thank you.
Okay, so what are we going to do first, Jess?
All right. Should we start with the crust?
Crust. Okay. Let's start with the crust. How do we do it?
So we soaked quinoa.
Okay, I have soaked quinoa right here.
All right, I'll leave it to you.
Oh, what do you mean to me? It's your recipe.
Let me find the recipe.
Yeah, I'm going to show this.
Can I help you?
Amy, you got this other camera? There it is. Now I see the bowl. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Where is it? There's.
Oh, Roxy's on. She says hello, and she says this is going to be a fun show. Yes, Roxy, it is going to be really fun. I'm glad that you're here.
So this quinoa has been soaking for, it says minimum of 6 hours, but it's been about 12.
Yeah, I've made it without soaking it for that long, but I do find that it helps when you soak it.
You can step into the camera, Jess, so we can see you when you're talking.
Used to being behind the scenes.
Yes.
Yeah, tell us in the comments if you've tried to make a pizza before. When you hear plant-based pizza, it doesn't sound like it's gonna be good, but I found that this one is pretty tasty.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. And we had the pleasure of having you with us yesterday, and we got to experiment a little with the pizza, and that was.
Yeah.
And we'd like to show you the pizza, but
we ate
it.
Okay, so what do you need here, Amy?
Okay, so now I can see your Vitamix. And if you are interested in this recipe, Green Warriors, we are going to have a link to that in the show notes. Or if you type recipe in the comments, I will give that to you directly in answering your comment.
Okay, so I put it in a bowl and put it in here because it makes a little mess.
Okay, so that's the soaked quinoa that you are putting in there.
That's correct. I soaked quinoa and I put in some nutritional yeast because I like nutritional yeast, and it calls out for some what is that powder?
Baking powder, yeah.
Baking powder.
Yeah, nutritional yeast kind of sounds like it would be.
Show the other camera,
like
dual camera
a
thing.
yeasty thing, but I find the nutritional yeast is like a cheesy kind of flavor.
Yeah, it's not brewer's yeast, right? So if you and a lot of the plant-based people like to call it nooch.
Nooch, N-O-O-C-H.
Then it calls out for salt and some Italian seasoning.
Oh, wait a minute, Rick. We don't put salt in our recipes.
Right, because I use Table Tasty.
Yeah, that's our salt substitute that we enjoy.
But I also have a salt substitute that we use that is right here. No salt Kirkland's.
We recently
I'll put a little of that in there too.
We recently became members of Costco, and they have this Kirkland salt substitute. What do you think? How do you think it compares, Rick, between the Kirkland salt substitute that we just started trying?
Kirkland's is
Table tasty.
no, it's not the same. It's not the same stuff. It gives a totally different flavor profile. But you can combine the two of them together, and it's nice. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So with that, here, Jesse.
Can you also preheat the oven?
Oh yeah, I need to put my thing on. So we need to preheat the oven to 425. Is that right?
That's right.
425. So right now, what did we do? We put quinoa in there. We put table tasty in there. We put a little nutritional yeast in there. We put some baking powder in there and Italian seasoning at this point. And that is the crust. Now we need to put a little bit of water in there. It calls out for, I think it says a half cup of water. Which doesn't seem like enough, but that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, to get that consistency of the. Yeah, that looks good.
That looks good?
I think so. Let's try.
Okay, yeah, hold that for me. I'm going to bring out the big old blender that she's been hiding on me.
You want to push that forward a little bit, Rick?
I will in a second. I'm going
Thank you.
to raise the camera up.
Or that's another way to do it.
That's correct. And I'm going to put on my headset.
Okay, and I'll be muting Rick's microphone so that you don't have to hear the. So while he is blending away, if you want the link, me to give you the link to the recipe, you can go right ahead and say recipe in the chat, and I will give you the link to it directly towards you. Now, if you put your name there, and you'll know it's for you. And this is going to be a lot of fun. Listen often. I think it's really important for you to use ear protection, and this is something that will definitely save your ears. Okay, well, how does that look, Rick?
It looks fine. I'm going to change it up a little bit though, because we tried this recipe yesterday and I liked it, but I think that it needs a little bit more nutritional value associated with it. But this is the consistency. If you can see inside of here.
If you can, yeah. So it's kind of. Well, I'm going to put that on a close up. So hang on a second.
See?
Yeah.
So it's nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of thick. It's like a pancake batter. Okay, but I'm going to add something to it that brings a little bit more nutrition to it. And it doesn't have to change the recipe at all. I'm going to add some cauliflower.
Ah.
So we'll make it into a little cauliflower.
Yeah. So cruciferous vegetables, and it's white anyway.
Correct.
And that's fresh cauliflower, right? It's not.
Correct. No,
do you think that you could use frozen if you didn't have?
I think that frozen would probably work better.
Okay.
You know, unfrozen, of course. If it was frozen.
Thaw it out.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to mute you.
It's already mushy.
Okay. So I've muted Rick's microphone again so that this way we don't have to worry about hearing the loud noise, especially for those of you who are wearing earbuds or headphones to listen to this. And so I wanted to know if any of you have ever tried to make a plant-based pizza, or do you just miss pizza? And is that why you're here watching? Tell me in the comments. I would like to know that. Okay. All right. So it looks like Rick's adding some date syrup.
Yes. Because it's supposed to taste good, and it does.
Okay, so sometimes there's like a balance of flavors when you're creating a recipe or making a recipe, and sometimes adding just a little bit of sweetness. And what we like to do is, if we do ever sweeten things, we sweeten it with dried fruit or sometimes some date paste or date syrup, and that's what we usually do when we make these recipes. So because we're worrying about the glycemic load of things, and we don't want to spike our glycemic load too high when we're making these kinds of recipes.
Okay, so this recipe is done at this point as far as the crust goes. So what you do is you pour it into the oven, into a pan. And Jesse has showed me yesterday. We took this and we poured it and we covered the whole pan.
Okay, now we're not using oil, of course, right, Rick? So in order to keep it from sticking to our stainless steel pan, you have a silicone mat on there. And if we didn't have a silicone mat, then we could probably use parchment paper, right?
Correct.
So Rick, thanks, said, great idea to make it with quinoa and cauliflower. Yep, nutrition. You're right, thanks.
Now you could also use sweet potato. You could use almond flour. I have a couple of different recipes for crust. You can use almond flour with oats. You can use sweet potato with some tapioca flour to give it a different vibe as well. And we could do that, but right now we're going to stick with this particular one. So,
Hey,
let me show you what they look like when they're already done.
so Rick and Jess.
So this is what they look like when they're already completed. They're a little bit hard and kind of rubbery, but they actually taste very good. So then you put the crust, you put the tomato toppings on there. And that's what we're going to do while this is cooking. So in the meanwhile, so now you take your and you pour a little bit on, kind of like a giant pancake. And then you take a spoon and you just make it the size, because these things get flipped over halfway through. So this makes it easier to flip them. You don't want to make them too thin, but you don't want to make them too thick either. But it takes about 25 minutes to bake them. So what we do, or have done in the past, is we made several of these at one time, and then we freeze them. And then you just take them out of the freezer and you put your toppings on it. It's so much easier, and it's done. Because the first time we ever made these, remember, Jesse?
Yeah.
We made like triple the amount.
Yeah.
We made way
like
too
a dozen
much.
of these crusts at one time.
Yeah.
So then you just pop these in the oven.
Yeah, I love how we can freeze the crust so that anytime in the future, if we just want to put some toppings on, we can have a pizza right away.
Brilliant.
We have one of our Green Warriors joined us, and it's Mojazz Fit.
Mojazz.
Mojazz says, "You guys are so adorable."
We know Mojazz, don't we?
You know,
I
Mojazz
think
was on
so.
your show.
He was actually on the show, and he made a wonderful lentil dish.
That's Moses, my man. My man Moses. Yeah, the lentil dish was quite good.
Yeah.
Like, we've been eating a lot of lentils lately.
Yes, we have. So this, you made enough to make about 4.
Yes, that makes enough to make about 4 crusts.
So Rick, thanks, said curious about how to make the cheese because
See that?
store-bought vegan cheese is a good transition, but not the best. Yeah, it's filled with oil. It's got lots of oil in it, and plus other not
The cheese
very
that we make, it comes out and it comes out gooey and stringy, which is nice for a pizza. It has a really nice flavor. It tastes just like a cheese, but it doesn't look like a traditional cheese. It's more like a nacho cheese. Kind of looks like this stuff. But we'll show you how to do it very shortly.
So Rick, how do we know how thick or thin to make it? When you're spreading it out.
Well, I keep it about over an eighth of an inch thick, but yeah, it's about an eighth of an inch thick, maybe 3/8.
So it's
2/8.
almost like you could,
2/8 is a quarter inch.
if you pushed it down.
Let's see here. Look, can you see that?
No.
Because
Hold your finger up to the camera.
because you're gonna put it in the oven for half the time, and then you're gonna flip it. So you don't want it to crack like a cracker.
You don't want it to be too thin,
But you also,
but you don't want it to be too thick. Now, if you want it thick, you want it thicker around the edges. Here's Jesse.
Okay, let me do that again. Hang on, do it again because I didn't have it. And then hold that up to the camera. Yeah. It's almost as if you push down on that spoon, you would easily hit that silicone mat. Okay, and Rick's now putting that in our oven.
curious what kind of toppings people like on their pizzas.
Yeah, I would like to know. There's a little debate that people have about pineapple.
Yeah.
Some people really love pineapple on their pizza, and other people think it's a really bad idea.
I think for some people, to switch off of the toppings part of it. Oh, excuse me. Can just the plant-based nutrition part of it, SOS-free. If you haven't been here, do you know what SOS-free means? Do you know why maybe we shouldn't be using oil in pizza? Of course, I think a lot of people who have joined here know the reasons for why being plant-based is good, but do you want to speak about that?
Yeah, let's see if anybody. Oh well, Mojaz says I love pineapple on my pizza. All right, he's in my team. He's on the team pineapple. Yeah, so if any of you are not familiar with the SOS-free, it's no salt, no oil, no sugar, but you do get flavor if you know how to do it right. And that's what we do in the Green Kitchen. And we know that these ingredients can be deleterious to our health. Salt can definitely contribute to hypertension, but it also can contribute to promotion of cancer. And there's so many other reasons. And of course, if you are looking to not have swelling in your legs and other parts of your body, you probably notice after a heavily salted meal, they feel more swollen. So you can reduce a lot of that swelling. So what do you
Take it off the camera showing the pizzas, please.
Okay.
Because I'm going to move it. There we go.
All right. Yeah, we don't want to make people dizzy, right? And
Hey,
of course,
now turn it on so I can see if it's how's it looking.
all right. And of course, the oil, we don't want to use oil because.
There we go. Okay.
We good? All right.
Now we're going to make the cheese.
Now Rick is set up and he's ready to make the cheese. And that's
Jesse's going to make the cheese.
Yeah.
Okay, so this cheese is made with a cashew base. Okay, so the cashews, I soak them. It doesn't call out for soaking. So in a cup of water. So it calls out for a cup of water with the cashews. Can you see the inside of the pot? Or do I need to move the camera angle a little bit?
Hold on just a second. We're not going to put it in the pot yet.
We're not?
Yeah, we got to put it in the NutriBullet first.
See? That's why we have her here.
And Roxy said, "I love pineapple on my pizza too." Okay, that's another vote for pineapple. I love it on the
What
pizza.
other toppings should we put on the pizza?
Yeah, I love the pineapple because when it's heated up, it
I'm gonna
really
put it over there.
intensifies all the flavors.
Okay, take it off again.
Okay, we're gonna do that. And
Bang. Here we go. Okay. You turn it back on.
all right. See the magic of, I think we're gonna probably have to move it because it's interfering with the one of the camera angles.
How's that?
Yeah, it's still in there.
Oh, we can move this closer. It's like all backwards.
Yeah.
Let's see. There we go.
Okay, very good.
Hey, good,
Now
good.
we have a good one.
All right.
So what did we just put in that Vitamix?
So we got some cashews, and he soaked them. And then how much water is in here?
1 cup.
1 cup. So instead of soy milk, we put water in here. You can make your own kind of soy milk. You can make your own plant-based milk. So what else do we need? So we got cashews. We're gonna do a half a cup of nutritional yeast to kind of taste like a little cheesy flavor. And then we've got the juice of a half a lemon. Do we have our lemon? We'll do that later.
I have lemon.
We'll need a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. And then this is the magic ingredient. So it's tapioca starch or tapioca flour. And that's
tapioca flour.
right. And so that's kind of what makes it get thick and stringy. So we'll put that in there. And we got the juice of a half of a lemon. Beautiful. And this nice little gadget.
Yeah, and there's a hack that we shared
close?
previous
Look at
Mhm.
that.
broadcasts.
Ooh, this is
That
nice.
what we like to do is we like to take our lemons and buy a bunch of them, wash them up, dry them off, and then we just throw them all in a Ziploc bag in the freezer. Then we always have fresh lemon on hand to
And salt substitute.
put
2
inside of
tablespoons.
our recipes, and they thaw very quickly. You can even put them in the microwave if you want to thaw them out that way. And so the lemon is great because it gives a nice salty kind of hint of taste. So what are we putting in there now?
Salt is our salt substitute. We call it. It's called Table Tasty. So we're gonna do it. So this calls for some salt, but instead we're gonna put 2 heaping tablespoons of Table Tasty, and then we're also gonna do a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar.
Mhm.
Yeah. Who spoke about apple cider vinegar? Putting it with your meals. Do you
Oh,
remember?
it's probably Dr. Michael Greger.
Yeah, with
I'm gonna put a
nutritionfacts.org.
splash for good luck.
Yes.
Splash for good luck.
Yeah, Rick doesn't usually measure when he does these recipes. So, and I whenever I do recipes, I measure and I level off the spoon
Right? Especially when you're baking, you kind of need to have it
Yeah.
the chemistry just right so it rises, etc. All right, we're gonna blend it.
I'm a rule breaker.
Yes, he is. He's the maverick. All right, I'm going to mute that microphone again while Rick goes ahead and puts the blender on and blends all of this up for us. So we were talking about toppings for pizza. So what do you like? We talked about how some people like to have pineapple, but maybe there are other toppings that you like on your pizza. One topping that I enjoy is onion, especially like a red onion, and I enjoy it because again, it's same thing that we did with the pineapple, where when you heat it up, it really brings out the flavors. That you can taste the sweetness of it, and onions are just so important to include in our diet for disease fighting and nutrition. Okay, let's see what that looks like now.
Still very watery.
Oh, yes.
So it will thicken up as we put it on the stove and it heats up. Now we're going to bring it over to the stove. So
Okay, I'll get you. All right. So, looks like Thanks said that she enjoys caramelized onions. Yeah, absolutely. It's just something that you really people like to put onion powder and maybe garlic powder on their pizzas, but when you have the whole food and you've caramelized it, especially in the case of things like onions. It's just such a difference in the flavor. But sometimes you can actually put in the the onion powder and the caramelized onions, and then
Have a switch over.
you get more of layering of the flavors. And so now Rick has moved over to the camera to the stove top, and we're still making our cheese, and we spell it with a Z because it's not, of course, it doesn't have dairy in it, so it's a plant-based cheese. And of course, it's not going to be like a cheese that you would get when you make it with dairy, but it's going to have some of that consistency and flavor. and and as you can see, our Jessie is over there at the stove top, and she's got a whisk. And what is the heat level on that pan?
It's at medium.
Medium heat. Okay. And this is the part where you got to mix, right, Jess?
Yeah, it's a good arm workout.
It's a good arm workout.
Let's go
That's
for about 4 to 5 minutes until it gets thick and stringy.
45.
4 to 5.
I thought you said
4
45.
dash
no, not
5.
45 minutes. Then we'd really be like muscling. Yeah. So it's great to and of course when we put those ingredients in that pot, we didn't put any oil in there, correct?
Right.
And it's a stainless steel pot. It's not any kind of Teflon non-stick kind of pot, so we don't have to worry about any of those chemicals leaching into our food. But we really don't have to worry too much about the cleanup, and it's not going to be too difficult to get that cheese off of the pot once it's all been cooked down. So
Can
you
you
have
speak
to just
to us
go
a
ahead.
little bit? Can you speak to us a little bit about the health risks of dairy and why it's good not to eat any kind of dairy?
Right. Well, oftentimes people don't realize that most people are actually, I guess you could say, allergic to dairy. So there are people that have been diagnosed with being lactose intolerant, where they have severe stomach upsets and so forth. But just because you don't have those symptoms, that doesn't mean that the dairy is good for your body. There are people that have acne. There are people that have arthritis. There's all kinds of health conditions that people have. And some of them have noticed that when they eliminated dairy, those symptoms went away. And so oftentimes I'll see teenagers out and about, and I just want to tell them, hey,
Yeah.
quit dairy for a week. You'll see.
Yeah, just try it. But it's so literally addicting.
Yes.
But it's literally addictive.
Yeah, that's because it has casomorphine in it, and that's what makes the baby cows want to come back to mama, because it gives them a slight bit of a good feeling, but it was meant cow's milk was designed
That makes
to
sense.
grow a 70-pound calf into a 700-pound cow in a very short period of time. And so, of course, there's a lot of hormones in there. We were just looking in the store. I was with Jessica in the store the other day, and it had a meat department that said no added hormones. But of course, that didn't mean that there weren't any hormones in it. It's just that they were trying to say that they didn't add hormones into the meat that they were showing. Have any of you Green Warriors decided to quit dairy, and did you notice anything as far, oh, look at this. I have to put a close up on this. Now look at the consistency. It's starting to get ooey and gooey, just like cheese would be. Isn't that interesting? It's so Cooking is just like a big chemical experiment.
We're all scientists.
Yes, science in the kitchen. That is going to be so good.
And that's about the consistency.
Yeah. Just about. Ooh.
Yep. And even though we didn't have oil, you can see that it's not really sticking very much to the bottom of that pot. So for those of you that think that you need to put oil when you're cooking, you really don't. And it really definitely enhances the flavor when you don't have a coating of oil in your food.
So there are no health benefits to oil at all?
No, not any health benefits. And unfortunately, some of the oils are promoted to be health beneficial, but they're not. Not even extra virgin olive oil or coconut oil. Although coconut oil can be nice on the skin, but
There's makeup remover.
yeah, all oil is about 125 calories a tablespoon, and the average American probably gets about 4 tablespoons of that in their system every day, and not just by pouring it in a pot. Yes, Rick, did you want to?
We're
Oh,
gonna
wait,
make the sauce now. So if you take it off the cheese and move it over, that'd be good.
yes. Take it off, and then he's going to move the camera again. It's in our very professional studio.
For me, I like things super simple, so I just use tomato paste for my sauce, but this is going to be really flavorful.
Okay, turn it on.
All right, let's see. And we're back. All right.
I'll move it
So
around.
now we are going to watch them make the tomato sauce. And as Jessica was saying, you don't have to make a recipe like this, right? You could definitely put on just some tomato paste on your pizza, and that would be fine. Or you could put tomato paste on your pizza and then maybe sprinkle some oregano on top or some garlic powder.
Okay, let's put it on the pot.
All right, and let's see. Here we are. There's our stainless steel bowl. And so what are we putting in there now? Okay,
Putting
so
strained tomatoes.
strained tomatoes. If at all possible, when you purchase any
I use the palm. It's straight tomatoes.
any kind of tomato product, if it's possible, and there's the no salt rotel. And if it's possible, if you can buy it, not buy it in a can if possible, because oh, and there's our salsa. This is the brand that we like to use. It's the lowest in sodium that we have found. But when you purchase tomato products, if you purchase them in a can, the acidity, and we're going to put in some of our nutritional yeast. That's going to be good. If you purchase them in a can, then the acidity of the tomato can eat away through that plastic lining, and also put, oh, let's see what this is. I didn't see that. Okay. And also,
Italian seasoning.
and also eat through the aluminum in the can. So you're ingesting aluminum and plastic, which isn't very good. So if possible. And that's the table tasty for the sauce.
Table tasty.
And the recipe is going to be in the show notes.
Time to flip.
And there's some of the date syrup. And if you do want to have the recipe, I can give it to you in the link in the show notes. But if you say recipe, comment recipe, I will put it in the comments with your name on it so that you can easily find it. And there's garlic powder.
Don't bother this.
Okay, so as you can see, Rick doesn't measure, but the measurements will be in the in the recipe, and that looks so good. So we're going to get a lot of this tomato sauce. Is great to know how to make it, because of course, if you want to incorporate it into other recipes, not just the pizza, that's something that you can do. So you're getting a lot of layering of flavors there with the different kinds of tomatoes. Some people like to actually put in tomato paste to enhance it. And another hack I've seen people do is take the sun-dried tomatoes. Of course, we want to get sun-dried tomatoes without sulfur on them, and of course without oil, and sometimes that can be tricky to get. And you can actually reconstitute them in water and then blend them and put them in a sauce as well. So let's take a look and see.
It's chunky because of the chilies and the tomatoes, and it's very, very flavorful. You can eat it just like this. You don't have to put it on the stove and cook it down or anything. I usually use a little bit more sweetness, but not too much sweetness. But I just ran out, so I'm good. But if you want to taste it, Jesse, and tell me what you think.
I do.
Okay.
I do want to taste it. All right, let's see. Moment of truth. Yeah, that's very flavorful. Ooh,
It got a little kick, right?
I could use it as a soup.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to double dip, but that's really good.
Yeah, I love how some of the recipes that Rick makes, they'll have you'll taste a certain taste when you taste it, and then there's kind of that, like I like to call it the afterglow, because then within a few seconds you'll say, "Ooh, I taste a little bit of a kick there," and
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's always a lot of fun because you get
The
like a double
layers flavored.
layers of flavor. Exactly. Okay, and here's our pizza crust back.
Yes,
Now,
our
is that
pizza
what
is
you took
better.
out of the oven, or is that the frozen one?
This was
That,
the other one.
that
We
was the
still
one
have
that we
to,
already
we
made.
still have to flip the other one though. So
Oh, he
you
should
put the
show.
crust,
Hey,
you
Rick,
put the
can you?
crust in for 12 and a half minutes.
Yeah,
And then
can
flip it
you
again.
show us? I
Yeah.
wanted to know if Rick could show us how he flips it. Did you flip it
Right.
yet?
I'm going to show you, but let's turn around and do a little bit of this first.
Sorry, Jess. I just wanted to catch him while he was doing that.
Okay.
What were you saying, Jess?
Oh yeah, you put the crust in for 12 and a half minutes, and you flip it, and then you put it in again for 12 and a half minutes, and then you start to decorate your pizza.
That's going to be so good. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. So I like the onions on pizza, and I also like the pineapples. What else should we put on the pizza, Green Warrior? Type in the comments if you want to give us an idea of what you would like to see on that pizza. And we'll see. We can see some of the ingredients. You're getting a little sneak peek there.
So what I do is I take the cheese, okay, and I put the cheese on first. And you smear it like you're putting peanut butter on a piece of bread.
It looks like a big piece of toast.
Well, and that's kind of what pizza is, right?
Yeah.
So that's your cheesiness. It makes it easier to. There's a couple of different ways of doing it. If I was at home,
Can you?
you know, this is the easiest way to make it your way, my way. But have you ever had that Velveeta cheese nacho stuff that you make with the Rotel that you use to dip your chips in the past?
Yeah, the Velveeta cheese. It melts because
See,
it's
this is your Velveeta cheese.
yeah.
Okay, this is your Rotel. So,
Or tomato sauce, right?
well, I'm going to show you what I do is because when you mix it together like this, it creates that Rotel Velveeta cheese flavor on your pizza. You see that? So now your pizza is like made. So you don't want a whole lot of sauce, just want enough. And there's your pizza. Now you got your base. See
That looks great. I want to give out a shout out to people who are watching us on Instagram, Lori Malinik Wise and Charlotte 7544, Judy B. Murray, Marge Linsky, and Misty Blue 1922. I want to say greetings to all of you guys that you've joined us on Instagram. Thank you for tuning in.
Then I take it and I layer it with very thin tomatoes.
So how do you get those tomatoes so thin, Rick?
I just cut them with my knife.
But you could use a mandolin.
You could use a mandolin, but I cut it with my knife.
Yeah,
I can show you how I cut it. But
you've got great knife skills. Mo Jazz Fitz said Rick is the professional.
okay, and then I take some pineapple.
So is that shredded?
This is shredded pineapple, and I kind of squeezed out the sauce,
The juice, yeah. We
yeah,
actually have
this way
that.
it's
Not too watery. We actually buy canned pineapple. We also get fresh pineapple, but sometimes it's nice to get the canned. It makes it.
This one was canned and it was chunked, and I turned around. I put it inside of the my little ninja chopper.
Yeah, that's a wonderful tool that we have in the kitchen. And as long as the pineapple is just in water. Ah,
And I make a mushroom sauteed onion thing, and I squeezed out the juice from that as well. So
yeah. And this is
these are
something that
mushrooms with sauteed onions and peppers inside there.
you've done a video about showing how to make that, and we actually batch cook that and put them in super cubes to freeze in the freezer. So we were able to thaw out one of those super cubes so that we could have our toppings for today.
Correct.
Wow, that looks so beautiful.
He's such an artist.
And that's the way I make my pizzas.
And that's the way I make my pizzas. My plant-based pizzas.
I take that, I put it in the oven.
Okay.
How long, Jesse?
Well, you already baked the crust, so it'll be about 7 minutes or so. You can put little basil leaves on it too, towards the end. That makes it taste pretty good. Or maybe some green peppers.
Oh, that's why it shut off.
Yeah, that's really nice because just picture that you already made that crust, right?
Yeah.
And if you already made the crust and it was in the freezer, you could take it out of the freezer and just do what Rick just did and then pop it in the oven, and it wouldn't take you long, and you would have pizza for lunch or dinner or whatever. Yeah. That's it's like it gets you the pizza faster than delivery.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what I made? I made dessert pizza the other night. So I used that tapioca starch to kind of thicken it. So I used some date syrup and some cacao powder and a little bit of water or plant-based milk. And then I made like a chocolate sauce and I put it on the crust. And then I put some blueberries and strawberries and grapes, and you could add whatever kind of fruit that you would want. It was really tasty.
I'm going to move this camera over.
Okay. So you could basically have your meal and dessert by using those pizza crusts that you made up ahead of time, and then just put it on. And I think this is one of those recipes that it's great if you're having maybe some company over. People can kind of make their own personal pizzas if you wanted to, or if you have children or grandchildren and they wanted to help in the kitchen. And oftentimes I have people asking me, how do I get my family on board? And this is a wonderful way to get your family on board.
Okay, can you see the pizzas?
Let's take a look. Ah, there they are. Now, are these the crusts that you made today?
These are the crusts that I'm making now that we need to flip over.
All right. Now show us what they look like as you're picking them up so that this way we can...
You know, there's a trick to getting them underneath. You gotta scrape the bottom because it's still kind of gooey. Even though it's parchment paper, it sticks. A silicone, it sticks.
Yeah. So in this case, you'd probably be better off with a silicone mat than with parchment paper, because this way because it probably might be a little sticky with that. And this is going to be interesting because I would look at it and oh my goodness, you just flipped it over. Like I thought you were going to show us your trick for flipping it over, but okay.
You just flip it over like a pancake.
Yeah.
I'll show you again.
I don't know if I'd have the courage to do that. But it's okay. I mean, if it breaks, then you have just smaller portions.
Pizzas.
Yeah, and this is all made out of quinoa.
Ready?
And
Once it starts moving.
Wow, look at that. That is awesome. And now you have flipped them over.
That's two. I'm going to do the other two.
So, I mean, we could make a whole bunch of these crusts and just have them in the freezer. And then anytime we just want to make a little, and also the sauce, right, Rick?
Yeah, the sauce freezes really well.
Yeah, so we could freeze the sauce in our super cubes or in a container, maybe in individual portions, so that it would thaw quickly. And then we would have that available to us to put on our pizza. And there's so many different toppings that you can enjoy on your pizza. And we really enjoy. We did a test run last night and we tasted it, and we really We enjoyed it so much that it's gone. So I'm glad that you're making it again so that we can enjoy it again. So what do you think, Jess? How's he doing with the pizza?
Oh, he's a professional, like no Jess. Professional. And he's such an artist and everything goes too. So beautiful. Yeah, I can't. Can you believe it's made out of quinoa and cauliflower?
Yeah.
Well, you want to show them how to make another one as well?
Sure.
Since we're waiting for 5 minutes until our pizza's cooked.
Yeah, what are you doing?
We're going to make a almond one.
Ooh,
Oh.
see how it rises. It's fun to do free crust experiments.
Right. So this is one that we have not made before, but Rick wanted to experiment, and he does experiments in the kitchen, and now you'll get to see how he experiments in the kitchen, and we'll see how this all turns out. And Rick, Chris wants to know, do you defrost the crust
You can
first
defrost the crust.
and then bake it with the topping on it?
You can defrost it, but when I take it out of the oven or take it out of the freezer, I just put it on and I put the toppings on top, sauce, cheese, and the toppings. Now you can put the sauce and the cheese on it and then freeze it. This way it's all ready. When you take it out, you just put the fresh toppings on it. That's probably the best way to go. We don't really do this very often. You know, when we did it, it was like 2 years ago, and we had like a dozen inside there. And then for about a week and a half straight, we were eating pieces.
Yeah.
Because once you start eating them, you're going to want to eat them all the time. That's how good. That's how good they are.
So like you can put the most nutrients in there as possible because they're so good.
Okay. There's one around here that turns around, has the
Almond milk, mama.
Yeah, the almond.
Ooh,
I
sweet potato
already
crust?
measured. Yeah, I have a sweet potato crust as well. So I already measured out the almonds, which is about a half a cup of almonds, I think.
So now, which crust are you making now, Rick? What is this one called?
That's the sweet potato.
A sweet,
This,
you know?
I'm not making the sweet potato. I'm making the one with the almond meal,
Okay, so we'll just say an almond crust
which is
what,
here. So
yeah,
I
which
actually
is what
calls
you're
out for
making.
3. You know something? We're gonna mix it up a little bit.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna use. If you don't mind using wheat, we're gonna use a little whole wheat pastry flour. We're gonna use some almond flour. Okay. I'm going to use a bit of baking powder, which calls out for about 2 teaspoons. So there you go. You don't want to put in too much baking powder because it gives it that metallic-y flavor. So the stuff I use has no added aluminum in it. So no aluminum inside the baking powder. And Amy, tell them why no baking.
Yes, it's so important. A lot of people are surprised that the food industry puts aluminum in things. A lot of people now know that most deodorants were having aluminum added into them, and now you can find deodorants that don't have aluminum, and they actually label them aluminum free because they know that people have found out how deleterious to their health it is. But aluminum is added to things like baking powder, and we really don't want to be eating metals if at all possible. So, but they do have baking powder that is aluminum free. So
Okay, so
you
take that, and then you add a little bit of water to it, and you mix it up a little bit. We will use a spoon, and that'll give you like a pancake type of mix. All right. We want to put it in a little table tasty. We also want to put in this potato. So I take a sweet potato and I peel the skin off of it. All right. See that? And the potatoes that I make are made in an Instapot, so they are very, very soft. See that? And then you just mix all that together. So you got a sweet potato, almond flour, and a little bit of whole wheat pastry flour. So it's a half cup, and one giant one, which is more like a cup.
Yeah, that's interesting, Rick, how the sweet potato changed the color of the crust. So it'll be interesting to see what it looks like after you bake it.
Yeah. Then you take a little bit of tapioca flour. Not a whole lot. I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of baking tapioca flour. Okay, and that'll make it, give it that thickiness that you want, which will be more like a dough. Okay, where's my table taste? That's nutritional yeast. Put in a little nutritional yeast.
Yeah, and the nutritional yeast usually gives our recipes a cheesy flavor. So if you, of course, since we're eating pizza and we would like to have a cheesy flavor to our pizza anyway, why not, I guess, put it in the crust? And now there's our, yeah, that's the table tasty. That's one of our favorite salt substitutes. And it's lovely how it can just be embedded in the crust. Now, is this something that you could use some kind of a mixing machine to do, or is it really just best, Rick, to
You don't want to put a mixer to a potato because it makes it too starchy.
starchy? Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
And this one we are going to make on our.
Yeah, so this is going to be fun. We have never tried this recipe that Rick is using right now.
This is a stone. It's a pizza stone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use the pizza stone, but I'm going to put it on a sill mat.
Right, because I think that if we just put it directly on that pizza stone, it probably would be tricky to remove it. So that's a good idea. But still, you're getting the benefit of the pizza stone, which absorbs the heat from the oven and helps distribute that heat throughout the crust. So are you going to spread this about as thin as you did the other one, Rick?
That's the intention, but I'm going to leave a crust edge on it.
Oh,
Because this stuff isn't as runny, so I can control it more. See how it's flowing out?
yeah. So you're making it kind of like a personal pan pizza with that ridge at the around the edge of it.
Correct.
I'm so excited for this one.
Yeah.
That's because Jesse's a big sweet potato fan.
Yes.
Potatoes are my best friends.
Hey, I think that means that the pizza's cooked.
I don't know how to shut that timer off.
Yeah, you shut the lower oven off the last time.
So if any of
What
you
happened to my oven?
have a question, if you have a question for Rick or for Jess, you can go ahead and type
Now,
that
you
in
should be
the
asking
comments.
Jess a lot of questions because she does a lot of traveling.
Yes.
And I mean, she's traveling and she goes to places that you wouldn't think you can do whole food plant-based. I mean, she's been to France, Italy, Spain, Portugal, Peru, Bali. Where else you been?
Yeah, all over the world.
Yeah, and you've made it work going through customs. You've made it work, and you found some places don't have as many things that you can find plant-based, but you bring some food with you. You want to tell us about some of your travel hacks?
Yeah, travel hacks, sure.
Let me show you the oven real quick.
Okay, hang on. We'll get that oven. Here it is. Ooh.
You see the pizza?
A little bit, yeah.
Hey, what am I missing?
Well, maybe if you pulled it out, we could see it
Okay,
better.
Jesse will take the camera and I'll pull it out.
You see, there it is. Ah, look at how beautiful.
Ooh, that's tasty.
I think each of us would want to eat one.
Yeah, your personal pizza.
Yeah. That looks delicious. Wow.
Okay. So we're going to take that one. We're going to wind up eating that. Okay, now you take it off and we'll put this in the oven.
Yeah. So as we were talking earlier that Jess actually like, oh, you want to put that in the oven?
I do.
Okay. Yes. So it's on the pizza
On the
stone.
stone.
With the silpat. And here it goes. So that's going to go in the oven. And what is the temperature of that oven?
This oven's 425.
425.
We'll put it in
Okay.
here for 20 minutes.
They're having fun in our very professional studio. They're having a good time. And then we're back over to the kitchen.
Now we're going to take the pizza. Let yourself don't burn.
Okay, now they're going to move the camera once again so that you guys can see what's going on.
Can you see it?
Let's take a look.
Pizza, pizza. So what I normally do at this point is I take them off and I put them on a piece of wood so I can cut them nicely. But it's almost time to eat.
Wow, that looks amazing.
And we take our knife. Cut.
Ooh.
See that?
Beautiful.
It's very hot. So you want to let it cool a little bit before you eat it. But if you can smell it, it smells.
Oh, I can smell it all the way in my studio.
Yeah. So delicious. And it's so artistically made with the tomatoes in the background.
Yeah, absolutely. That looks so good. Wow.
Good.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and we actually had some more people come in.
Welcome, everybody.
Yeah, we actually, Angela Fischetti with Boomer and Beyond Wellness. Hello, Be Green with Amy just got in. That looks awesome. Love to the family. Oh, love to you, Angela. and then she said, Mamma mia, does that look authentic? Hey!
Well, Angela would know.
Yes, she would know.
That's it.
And that's that.
And that's that.
Except for that sweet potato crust that we have, but
that'll be 20 minutes or better.
It's gonna be so good.
Yeah, that is going to be so good. So is that all? We only have those two? Uh-oh. Hey, Jess, what's Rick going to eat?
Well, the other pizzas will be ready soon. But they weren't ready. I just wanted to make sure that you guys got a finished product
Yeah.
out of this whole thing. You know, the hour is up. It goes very fast.
It does.
But you got cheese sauce. Hey, let me show you something really cool. See this cheese sauce? Let me move this. Pizza. All right. So this is the cheese sauce that we made, right? And you can see how it's still pretty gooey. All right. Remember I was telling you about the, see that?
Wow, look how stringy it is.
All right. Now you take some of your tomato sauce and you put it in with it. Then you mix that all together and you get that nacho cheesy sauce that you'll dip your chip inside of. And it tastes like that nacho stuff that you used to get when you put the Velveeta with the Rotel inside of there.
Yeah,
and if you keep this warm on the stove
or in a crock pot,
it's absolutely fabulous.
Yeah.
Or a crock pot. That's correct.
Yeah.
You put that in your crock pot.
That's the way. You just keep it on warm on your crock pot. And Rick has shown us in previous cooking shows how he made the SOS-free plant-based nacho chips and potato chips, and they're crispy and crunchy, and they definitely would be worth dipping into that.
Or you can just take this and put it on your pizza, just like this, if you like it.
Or you can take some cauliflower, raw cauliflower, and dip it in there.
Yeah, take that.
You can pour it on top of pasta. You can pour it on top of zucchini noodles.
Or spaghetti squash.
Yeah, spaghetti squash.
Spiralize your zucchini, spaghetti squash.
But this is great for a dip at a party. So you turn around, you put that inside of your slow cooker, and you keep it there, and people do the fondue thing. You take it, you dip, and you eat.
Yeah. So
this is your fondue dip. It's a cheesy, tomatoey, and it's got a little bit of a kick because of the rotel.
Yeah, and if you
if you feel your pizza is not cheesy enough, you take that when it's warm and you just splash it on.
So now, do you think that we could freeze?
Hungry, aren't I?
So Rick, do you think we could freeze that also?
That
cheesy, tomatoey stuff.
I don't see why you couldn't.
And you could make it. You could put it in an ice cube tray, or you could put it in a super cube or something, and freeze it in. Oh, taste test. Go ahead, Jess. You got to go get a spoon. Oh, okay.
Whoa.
Is it good? It's like addicting.
I'm gonna have to get in that kitchen before it's all gone.
This could be like a little soup as well.
Yeah, it could. You're right. You could add in some
like tomato bisque kind of.
A tomato bisque, right? Or you could add in some vegetable medley in there, like from a frozen bag of vegetable medley. Chris said that's a great idea. Yeah. And now Angela from Boomer and Beyond Wellness, she came in a little late, but she wanted to know if the cheese is cashew based or is it white bean based?
I love that question because
this one's a cashew based, but you can make a bean based.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're allergic to cashews or if you want to stay away from nuts, that's such a good idea to have the white beans.
Now, if you don't like the cashews, you can make it with the walnuts. I make it with walnuts, hemp seed, and you can mix it with macadamia nuts and Brazil nuts. But I've stuck to lately. I've been sticking to walnuts and hemp seed, and then I squirt a little mustard inside of that. Little bit of mustard and garlic, of course, and a splash of the apple cider vinegar.
Yeah.
And of course the table tasty, and it's profound. It's really, really good. I mean, if you put it in the refrigerator, this sauce, and you put it inside of a container, that it will solidify, and you can use it like a cream cheese. It'll be like a cream cheese consistency, probably a little bit more rubbery, depending on how much tapioca you put in it.
I want to put another little plug in for his recipe ebook. If you like flavor, then this has all of the great recipes that you'll want in there.
Well, we're going to be coming out with another one in order to enhance it and give more of these recipes, because that was made about 4 years ago.
Yeah, and now you've really elevated your cooking.
Yeah, we've come a long way since then.
Yeah,
but this sauce is a no-cook sauce, and it can be ready in a matter of minutes. And then if you want this nacho stuff, of course,
Yeah, maybe like 7 minutes total.
Yeah, and I went ahead and put the link to the ebook in the comments in case anybody wants that. It's also in the show notes. It's on my website, begreenwithamy.com. And of course, if you want to just try some recipes that Rick has made, you can go to begreenwithamy.com/join.
You want to see us make another pizza?
I'll send you 5 free recipes.
5 free recipes.
Yes.
5 recipes. We're going to show you how to make another pizza real quick.
Oh boy, we're getting
because we have people show up late.
We're getting a bonus, everybody. It's bonus time.
So these were the ones that were already ready. These were the ones that we just made.
Oh, these are the fresh ones.
So these are already, these are the fresh ones. So we'll take the sauce that we just made here.
The combo sauce.
The combo sauce. Because Amy said that those pizzas were theirs. Now these are mine. And they're going to have to say, "Oh, I should have
Am I
held
going
out
to
for
have choice regret?
That's right. That's correct. You jumped on it too quick.
You know, we used to do that when we were kids at fast food restaurants with French fries, and you say point to somebody and say, "Look over there."
See, I
And
like basil,
take
so I'm
their
going to
fry.
sprinkle a little basil on mine.
Ooh, basil, that's nice. Rick is serious about his basil because he doesn't have these tiny little spice jars.
And of course, tomatoes.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm going to have enough tomatoes for all of these. So I'm going to have to show you how I cut up my tomatoes.
and tomatoes have lots of nutrients in them, and when you heat them, they actually enhance the absorption of these nutrients. So,
What?
and they taste better, I think. You know, actually, when I am having a salad, I like to have the cherry or the grape tomatoes. And what we like to do is we put them in a little coffee cup with a little silicone lid and we microwave them for about 30 seconds. And then we put them on our salads. And it's just a flavor explosion when you heat these up. And of course, it makes the nutrients more bioavailable. So let's take a look and see what he's doing now.
I I need more tomatoes. So
Okay,
this is
so
this is
now
how
he's
I cut them. Can you see?
yes. So we could also use a mandolin, which would be another quick way to slice them, especially, if you don't have a sharp enough knife, then you're
And
not gonna
get
be able
one.
to get
You
one.
don't
Yeah,
have a
like
sharp enough knife, get one.
yeah,
'Cause in this lifestyle, you need the correct tools.
yes. And if you don't have a sharp knife, it can be dangerous. You can actually cut yourself. So it's important to have that sharp knife. But if your knife's not sharp enough and if you have a mandolin, that's another way that you could slice these tomatoes.
Yeah, but a lot of times the mandolin and the
Yeah.
tomato, they kind of get mushy. But so
Yes, you're right.
you can't slice them as thin as I just did.
That's true. You gotta have those knife skills. And the more you cook like this, the more you cut your vegetables and slice things, the quicker things will go and it won't be as daunting as of something to do when you are just keep doing it, keep trying, keep practicing your knife skills. Okay, so let's take a look at these. So now we did have oh, look at all these beautiful tomatoes, and it really elevates the look of it too, I think. And this is something again, whereas if you had some friends over or family and everybody want to make their own kind of pizza, that you could put out all these toppings and then they could select how they wanted to make their pizza.
That's
And
it. Oh, I want to show you something real quick. Check out this.
okay, so Rick's moving the camera right now. Once he gets that set up, are you okay? We're gonna open up the oven. Ooh. So what do we got? That's that
This is
other
the
crust.
potato.
That's the potato crust that's
Right.
on this pizza stone. And sometimes you cook by tasting, but sometimes you cook by touching.
Well, this one's still
And
too soft.
and
But I still have 7 minutes before the 20 minutes is up. But you can
oh,
see how it's forming already.
yeah.
And it's fluffing up because of the whole wheat pastry flour that was put in.
Mm-hmm.
But this is going to have a nice flavor because of the almond flour, the whole wheat pastry flour, and then the potato. It should come out very good. Might be a little bit too soft, like a Sicilian, which is okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and this is what's nice about cooking, it's
Sicilian.
all kind of like a science experiment. And if
Sicilian. Yeah.
you are not if you just go in the kitchen and you try things, and sometimes if it doesn't turn out right, you can always add things or mix things in, and sometimes you can change the flavor profile. But it's so important to find food that you love. And with this lifestyle, we have really experimented with and tasted so many more recipes than we ever had tried when we weren't eating this way. And then you find your few recipes that you really like a lot, and they're your go-to recipes, and you make them so often that you don't really have to even think about what the ingredients are and the measurements. You just kind of put things together and make your food. And then you have delicious food and you can eat all you want until you're comfortably full, and you don't have to worry about the ingredients being deleterious to your health or your waistline. And okay, let me take a look at the camera that Rick has set up and you can see. And there he is. Yes. Mmm. So look at those pizzas. So good.
Okay, so this is the pizza. You want to try one, Jess? Amy, you want to come in here and try one?
I'll wait until at the end of the broadcast, but I would like to watch you guys taste it though.
Okay.
All right.
So here's the pizza.
And you like the corner pizza?
I do. I like the corners. Cheers.
Cheers. To our health.
Yes. Ah.
Wow.
I think the one yesterday was better, but this one's pretty
Really?
good.
I like this one. I'm excited to try all the different kinds.
Mhm.
You want some?
Yeah, yesterday's we had the the crust was not made with cauliflower. This one was made with cauliflower.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good though.
Yep. Boomer Beyond Wellness said, "Bon appetito." Yeah.
You know what it is? I'm not a big pineapple person on the pizza.
Oh, so you're not in the pineapple club.
Right, I put pineapple on mine if you didn't notice.
More for me. And more for Jess.
I have two pizzas. You only have one.
Yeah. Well, you're the ones that have been cooking, so it's very important that you guys enjoy it too. Okay. Does anybody have any more questions before we
That's pretty good.
Yes.
do? Yeah. Okay. Well, you can see the disappearing pizza. I'm glad that there's more out there for me, because if I leave these guys in the kitchen without me being there, I'm going to go and just see empty plates.
Come on in. Come on in.
Well, I really wanted to thank all of you guys for joining us today. I wanted to thank Jessica, and I wanted to thank Rick for being awesome chefs and making these delicious looking pizzas. I'm really excited to try them. I hope that you Green Warriors are going to try them and let us know what you decided to put on your pizzas. It would be if you want to share some pictures, you can do that on my Be Green with Amy Facebook. And if you want to show some pictures of the way that you made your pizza, if you decide to try it. And I really would love it if you could, Green Warrior, if you could please click like to show your appreciation for what Rick and Jess shared with us today. And we did talk about the recipe ebook. And I want to let everybody know that there's about 18 recipes in the book, and we really enjoy the recipes, and they're SOS-free and delicious. And Rick curated this book because he really wanted to share the recipes with people like us who want to reduce and eliminate added salt or eliminate oil or unhealthy sweeteners, but of course, without compromising taste.
And it's also a way of donating to Amy's channel and getting something for it as well, besides what you normally get.
Yeah, it helps with the production costs, absolutely. And I really want to thank you, Rick and Jess, for sharing your really great cooking skills with us and
Well,
showing
Jesse turned this on to this pizza.
But I do, in case any of you are not aware, Jessica is actually the person behind the voice of Jess Task's Voice. And she does the promos and she does the countdowns. And she does so many wonderful things for the channel. She helps design our promotional thumbnails and so many things. And even though you're here in person, you have already made our announcement for our next show. So I'm going to say, as I usually do, Jess Task's Voice, tell us who's coming up next.
Do you ever feel like your energy is slipping away faster than it should? You're not alone. Dr. Peter Rogers returns to share the hidden reasons behind fatigue and what you can do to feel stronger, younger, and more vibrant. Join us on Wednesday, July 23rd, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, on Be Green with Amy Live.
Well, that's sure to be a really great show. and it gave Jess and Rick a chance to eat some more pizza while nobody was watching. But most of all, I really want to thank you, Green Warrior, for joining us today. Your engagement and support really make these discussions meaningful and impactful. And I really hope you're feeling inspired to take a closer look at your food choices and make some positive changes for your health and well-being. And please remember, every bite we take, it's an opportunity to nourish our bodies like Rick and Jess and me, and become the healthiest versions of ourselves. And I encourage you to please stay tuned for more empowering content like what we're having next week. Please subscribe to my channel. Check out my social media. I'm on Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn and all kinds of places, because if you share that with others, we really can share it with the world and others who can benefit, because together as Green Warriors, we really can make a meaningful difference in the world.
Yes.
And I did talk earlier because I do have the recipe ebook that Rick had created and curated for us, but I also have what I offered and I talked about earlier was the 5 free recipes. So what you can do is you can go to my website, begreenwithamy.com/join, and I will send you 5 free recipes to your inbox. I'll also have some pictures of me doing some fun things and some motivational messages and a lot of things that can be a lot of fun. And if you would like to join me and Rick and Jess, because we are going to say my tagline, and while they're getting ready to do that, I encourage you to take your right hand and grab your left shoulder, and take your left hand and grab your right shoulder and squeeze, and that's a hug from me to you. And so go ahead and type my tagline in the comments as we sign off. Are you ready, Jess and Rick?
We're ready.
All right. Well, until I see all of you again, remember, be strong, be well, and be green. Thank you, Jess. Thank you, Rick. And thank you, Green Warriors, for watching and tuning in and really supporting this channel. It just means so much to me.
25 minutes on the potato crust.
All right. Maybe we'll take pictures and share that at another time. Thank you, Green Warriors.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Now you can get 5 free whole food plant-based SOS-free recipes from Be Green with Amy. Just click on the link in the show notes and Amy will send you 5 free recipes, motivational quotes, and more so you can be strong, be well,